NLCS, here we come! What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Phillies Hats. So being a cheery cap of this afternoon's game is to the 5th of Phillies and the Atlanta Braves as the Phillies defeat the Braves by a final score of 8-3 as they are moving on to the National League Championship Series for the first time since 2010. Congratulations to the Phils as they absolutely upset the Atlanta Braves. Now, I guess before I get into this video, please subscribe if you haven't done yet. Please turn on the bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and let's get into this. So how about this team? Everybody was contributing. Everybody hits. Woohoo! That was just truly incredible. This offense has come alive. It has come alive. It really has just truly been incredible. Noah Syndergaard went out there and did his job today. How about Rob Thompson, right? I mean, he is the leader of this team. So he's getting a lot of love. I mean, he's just so well respected in that clubhouse. Pouring champagne on his head. I mean, that is just wonderful. I love to see that. And I would like to take a moment to talk about the Atlanta Braves, the defending World Series champions. I have so much respect for the Atlanta Braves organization, manager Brian Snitker, players like Ronald Acuna Jr., Matt Olson, Austin Riley, Dansby Swanson, etc. I mean, that's a very well-run organization by Antonopoulos. I mean, he's done a wonderful job over there. I don't really like to see, any fans disappointed. And of course, unless it's the Met fans, of course, which, I'm just casually throwing out a little joke there. But you know what? Sergeant Gibby, Sports Live of the ATL, George Lehner, friend of the pod as well. To all the Braves fans out there. You know what? I mean, you guys still have the ring from last year. You know what I mean? And I wish them, luck, moving forward. I'm mad respect for that organization. I really, really do. They played us tough. They didn't make it easy. I give them a lot of my respect. I really, really do. I mean, that's a very good team over there. And I don't know when we're wrong. I mean, the Braves were horrible in this series. I have no idea why. I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that they just got a lot of time off. They really did. I mean, that bye really didn't seem to have a whole lot of positives. You go take a look at the New York Yankees, who are now losing the series 2-1 to the Guardians. The San Diego Padres are winning the series currently over the Los Angeles Dodgers, even though they're losing 2-0 right now at the time of this video. The Dodgers have looked ice cold. The Atlanta Braves looked horrible. So is this first week bye, is it a blessing or is it a curse? I'm not really sure. Because honestly, I just think that, you kind of build up momentum, you kind of get your speed up a little bit, and the Braves are at the top of their game after sweeping out the New York Mets a few weeks ago, and they looked like a totally different ball club hitting against this Phillies team. I mean, they looked horrible. Their offense was asleep. Their pitching was a disaster, except for Kyle Wright that one game, the second game of the series. So they just fell apart. They absolutely just fell apart. So, of course, as I said, they still got their ring from last year, so they can still, be happy about that, and that's still something to be very, very proud of. I'm just so glad this Phillies team is moving on to the National League Championship Series. Let's not stop here, but you know what? I didn't expect it to even make the playoffs, yet, let alone even make it this far. So I'm so happy right now with this team, the way that it's just been playing. I mean, it's just been absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. Of course, JT Minto hitting an inside the park home run today. He's the first catcher in MLB history in the postseason to hit an inside the park home run. Think about that. He's picking up the scoring summary here in the bottom of the second inning. He was due. Brandon Marsh, the Georgia native, homers on a fly ball to right center field. Of course, Charlie Morton was absolutely dominating the Phils with runners in score position. He was getting himself in a lot of trouble. Then he was able to work his way out of it most of the time. In the bottom of the first inning, first and third, nobody out. The Phillies get nothing. I was absolutely irate. I said, you have to take advantage of these opportunities. Well, guess what? Brandon Marsh, he was down to his last strike right there, and he homered on a fly ball to right center field. A 3-run blasted scores Howard Bohm and Gene Segura. Marsh, first home run of the season. And Marsh, first one of the postseason, Marsh Madness. At his teammate Noah Syndergaard, of course, they were not packaged in the same deal for the Angels, but of course both coming over from the Los Angeles Angels. As the Phillies now take a 3-0 lead off of Charlie Morton. So I felt pretty good going in this game, to be honest. I was a little bit concerned about Noah Syndergaard, I'll be honest. Didn't know how he was going to do, but we have done so well against Charlie Morton when facing him, especially this year, and going back to 2021, we have lit this guy up like a Christmas tree. We have a lot of opportunities against this guy today. and we took advantage most of them. I pick it up here in the top of the third inning. Orlando Arcia puts the Braves on the board as he homers on a fly ball to left field. The ball stays fair, barely, and it's now 3-1 ball game. So Orlando Arcia avoids the shutout for the Braves as they get the first run of the ball game off the Noah Syndergaard. So luckily that was only a solo shot. Of course, the Braves only 3 runs today were 3 solo home runs. So the first one coming from Orlando Arcia off of Noah Syndergaard. Then we pick it up here in the bottom of the third inning. JT Realmuto, BCIB, hits a deep fly ball to center field, and it hits off of the State Farm sign. It hits a really, really weird bounce, sort of like the one he had in 2017 against the Phillies, and he was motoring, and he crosses the plate and inside the park home run for JT. His first home run of the postseason, his first career home run of the postseason. It is an inside the park home run. And the Phillies now get that run back. Now a 4-1 ball game. So JT Realmuto proving why he's the BCIB. As I mentioned before, he's the first catcher in MLB history to hit an inside the park home run in the postseason. And here's another thing. As I said, he's the last catcher to hit an inside the park home run at Citizens Bank Park since he did it in 2017. So he's the only guy to ever do that. That's the only other time that's ever happened. He's the only guy. He's done it twice. He had an inside the park home run at Citizens Bank Park as a catcher. I mean, let's think about that for a second. Man, he's just such an amazing talent. He really, really is. I mean, honestly, he didn't really do a whole lot this year moving up to this point, but my gosh, that was a big one right there. And then pick it up here in the top of the fourth inning. Matt Olson answers back as he homers on a fly ball to right field that gets out of there. That was a towering shot, his second of the postseason, and it's now a 4-2 ball game. So the Braves cut the lead in half. They're only down by 2. So that was off of Andrew Blatty. Noah Syndergaard only went 3 innings in this one. I'd really like to see him go a little bit longer. He was doing his job just fine. And unfortunately, Rob Thompson just wanted to take him out of the ball game. Hey, you know, it is what it is. Whatever. We still won this game. But Andrew Blatty does surrender that solo blast to Matt Olson. We pick it up here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Rhys Hoskins singles on a little dunk fly ball to right center field. I'm not sure what in the world Ronald Acuna Jr. was doing out there. Total deer in the headlights. And that allows Gene Segura to come around and score on that one, and it's down 5-2 ball game. At that point in the ball game, you saw Brian Snitker's face. He was just furious. I just kind of had a feeling that we were going to win this game. I'm just thinking like the Braves are just falling apart. They're collapsing. I don't know what in the world's going on with these guys, and I just think that we just kind of caught them at the wrong time for them, and kind of just being at the wrong place at the wrong time for whatever reason why. They just went absolutely cold. Their heads weren't in the game in the series. They looked lost. I have no idea why. I'm not complaining. I'm very happy that they didn't because we got to, move on into the National League Championship Series. But I'm not sure what was going on with them. It was just the strangest thing. I've never seen the Braves play like that. It just was very, very strange. They looked like a zombie going out there. They really did. They had hardly any energy. As I said, all this time off. It didn't really work for him. We pick it up here this evening. JT Realmuto reaches on an infield single as he beats it out. Kyle Schwarber crosses the plate, and it's now a 6-2 ball game. The Phillies now lead by 4. So we just kept piling it on off of Rastiel Iglesias, of course, the trade acquisition at the deadline by the Atlanta Braves. One of the few they made. Now we pick it up here in the same inning. Bryce Harper singles on a ground ball the other way to left field. Rhys Hoskins comes around and scores, and it's now a 7-2 ball game. So Bryce Harper, who had a wonderful series against the Atlanta Braves. He's had a wonderful postseason. Hopefully it continues. As we're going to be playing one of the Padres or Dodgers. So a great job right there from Harper. Then we pick it up here in the top of the 7th inning. Travis d'Arnaud gets the Braves a little bit closer as he homers on a fly ball to center field, his second of the postseason, and it's now a 7-3 ball game. So the Phillies now lead by 4. And then we pick it up here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Bryce Harper will make sure to get our 5-run lead back as he homers on a fly ball to left field off of Kenley Jansen, who got the first 2 down to start the inning. Then Bryce Harper goes the other way. So that was his 3rd home run of the postseason, 2nd of the series, back-to-back days. He's homered, as that would be your final. 8-3 Philadelphia. We take the 4th game and win the series 3-1. I am just so proud of this team. I just really am. I mean, all that we've overcome with being almost 10 games under 500, around the early part of June, firing our manager, getting a new manager mid-season, with us just getting absolutely pounded by the Mets all year long. It just was absolutely brutal. It was heartbreaking. It was terrible. And for us almost collapsing at the end, we were this close to not even making it. And guess what? We made it. We swept the Cardinals, a team that had a lot of hype around them with Albert Pujols and Yadier Molina at their home ballpark. And then we play the Atlanta Braves, the red-hot Atlanta Braves, who absolutely steamrolled over the New York Mets to take control of the division and win the division for the 5th straight year. We went down to their home ballpark and won 1 out of 2 there, and then we win the next 2 at our home ballpark and eliminate them. Not sure where the leadoff spot goes hitless, but he was able to draw 2 walks. It was still a very productive day for Schwartz. Scores one of the Phillies, 8 runs. And Rhys Hoskins, 2 knocks here this afternoon. Also collects an RBI, of course, on that single, that little bloop single he hit out to right center field. That was missed. And JT Muto, 2 knocks here this afternoon. The infield single and go along with a inside the park solo home run. So JT, the BCIB, they get the runner, right? I mean, this man, he's fast as anything. And Bryce Harper, 2 knocks here this afternoon as well, with the home run to left field, a solo shot, and then he drives the one on the RBI single the other way as well. Very productive day for Harper. And Nick Castellanos goes hitless this afternoon as well. Not much out of him. Then he also went down strikes twice as well. And Alec Bohm, he didn't really do a whole lot this series. He really hasn't done much here in the postseason. Was able to collect a knock here this afternoon. And Bryson Stott also collects a knock here this afternoon on a single. And Gene Segura, a 3-hit afternoon. He really stepped up in a big way. I was very impressed with the performance we saw out of him, scoring 2 of the Phillies' 8 runs. And Brandon Marsh, 2-hit afternoon here. Of course, the biggest one, of course, being the 3-run blast to make it 3-0. For the Phillies. So the Georgia native does it to his hometown team. So the Phillies collect 13 hits on 8 runs, strike out 11 times, only walk 3 times. Of course, the Atlanta Braves score 3 on just 4 hits. Their offense was like freezing cold. I mean, horrible. Absolutely horrible. Their pitching was horrible. I mean, they looked horrible. Their defense fell apart. The Atlanta Braves looked terrible. I mean, they really just looked terrible. And no Syndergaard, 3 innings, 1 hit, 1 run was earned, didn't walk anybody, struck out 3. I think he should have stayed out there for nothing. And of course, why am I nitpicking? Why am I whining when we are moving on to the National League Championship Series? Yes, I mean, typical Phillies attitude. I guess I'm going to become, still trying to nitpick just a little bit. But yeah, I would have let them out there for another inning. But it is what it is. A win is a win. But Noah Syndergaard looked very, very good today. His curveball was very effective. He started off strong. Only made that one mistake to Orlando Arcia. But other than that, he was very, very solid. Andrew Bloudy, an inning, 1 hit, 1 run was earned. Of course, it was that solo shot to Matt Olson, and he also strikes out 2. And Brad Hand gets the win now, 1-0 here in the postseason. 1 inning, 1 hit. Doesn't allow any runs and strikes out 2. And Jose Alvarado, 1 hit, 1 run was earned. Didn't walk anybody and struck out 2. He's still been very, very decent here in the postseason, despite him having a 5.40 ERA. But that's kind of deceiving. It's just been so early. Zach Eflin, an inning in the 3rd, striking out 3. And Sir Anthony Dominguez comes in the top of the 9th and strikes out the side. So I think it's safe to say the old Sir Anthony's back, right? I think the Braves is kind of just chucked out there. They just didn't seem into it. They didn't really look like they were fighting at all. It just was weird. I'd much rather face the San Diego Padres. I heard somebody say, I don't care who we face, the Dodgers, the Padres. I care. Yes, I understand this team is on a roll right now. They have so much momentum. But, I mean, come on. I mean, you're out of your mind if you say, I don't care if the Phillies face the Padres or the Dodgers. I mean, seriously. I mean, come on. Obviously, we'd much rather have them face a team that's won 20 less games. I mean, are you kidding me? But unfortunately, in the American League, the Astros, I mean, of course, the top seed there in the American League did sweep the Seattle Mariners. I feel bad for them. I mean, they waited around for 18 innings to see their team lose. Of course, they hadn't played a postseason game, their ballpark since 2001. So, in fact, it was so long, even though they did lose, hey, I mean, it still was kind of made for an exciting day since I haven't had to see it in so long. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, let's go. Rocking. So, guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. Please turn on the bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Check out the social media link in the description section at Phillies Hashtag Media, Instagram. Follow me on Twitter at PHI Media. Card text 267-225-392. Email me Phillies Hashtag Media at gmail.com. So, guys, thanks so much for watching. I'm Luke, and I'll talk to you later. Let's go, Phils. NLCS starting Tuesday. Padres or Dodgers. Hopefully, it's the Padres. Once again, I'd like to give a shout out to Sports Live, the ATL, Sergeant Gibby, George Lehner, all the Braves fans out there. Good series. Good luck to you guys. But let's go, Phils. I'm Luke, and I'll talk to you later. I'll see you guys.